Want to level up your playing? Stay tuned for a quick look into Tritone Substitutions, one of the most important reharm techniques any musician needs to know. This is a fantastic way to enhance your playing with hip, unexpected and modern sounding harmonies. In this video I'll show you how Tritone Substitutions work, how to apply them to 2-5-1 progressions, and how to use them on the tune Autumn Leaves. Let's jump in.
Yes!
Before we get into Tritone Substitutions, we need to understand something important about 2-5 progressions. Here's the key idea. In many situations, the 2 and the 5 chord can be substituted for one another. So instead of playing a full 2-5-1 progression, we can simplify things by playing only the 2 chord before resolving to the 1 chord. Or playing only the 5 chord before resolving to the 1 chord. Let's hear this in the key of G major. Quickly, tell me, what are the chords? Now let's see how we can reshape this progression while still keeping the same destination. First, let's replace the 5 chord with its related 2. Instead of moving from A-7 to D7, we'll stay on A-7 before resolving to G major 7. This creates a more subtle cadence. There's a little less tension, but it still resolves beautifully. Let's look at the chords in detail. Here's A-7 with extensions. And here's G major 7 with extensions. Now let's connect them in ascending fashion. Here's one more example, now with a descending line. Next, we're going to lean entirely into the 5 chord. We're replacing A-7 with D7 sounds, giving us a progression built completely around dominant harmony before resolving to G major 7. This creates a lot more tension, and that strong pull makes the resolution even more satisfying. Let's take a closer look at the D7 sounds we're going to use. Here are D7 voicings in the lower register. And here are D7 voicings higher up the neck around the 10th fret. Now let's hear D7 resolving to G major 7. Now we're ready for the fun part, Tritone Substitutions.
Okay.
A tritone substitution happens when we replace a dominant chord with another dominant chord located a tritone away. For example, the tritone substitute of G7 is D flat 7 and vice versa. Why does this work? Because both chords share the same guide tones, 3rd and 7th, giving them a similar harmonic function while creating a completely different bass movement and color. We can expand this idea and include the related 2 chords of the dominant in a 2-5-1 cadence. If our original 2-5 cadence is D-7 G7, then its tritone substitute becomes A flat minus 7, D flat 7. of cadences resolve naturally to C. Once we combine this with the early idea of treating 2 and 5 chords flexibly, we suddenly unlock a huge range of reharmonization possibilities. Let's stay with D minor 7, G7, C major 7. Now instead of G7, we'll use A flat minor 7, the related 2 of D flat 7, which is the tritone substitute of G7. The new progression becomes D minor 7, A flat minor 7, C major 7. This is a really cool sound because we've removed the dominant chord entirely. We're resolving to the one chord using only minor harmony. But the sudden shift from D minor to A flat minor still creates enough tension to make the cadence feel convincing. And interestingly, the roots D and A flat are themselves a tritone apart. Now let's use the classic tritone substitution directly. We'll replace G7 with D flat 7, giving us D minor 7, D flat 7, C major 7. This creates a beautiful chromatic bass line and a very strong sense of forward motion. This sound is everywhere in jazz. Now let's push things even further. We'll replace G7 with an entire 2-5, a tritone away, leading to the progression D minor 7, A flat minor 7, D flat 7, C major 7. This creates a much more active, colorful cadence with a stronger harmonic momentum. Finally, we can fully replace the original 2-5 progression. Instead of D minor 7, G7, C major 7, we'll use A flat minor 7, D flat 7, C major 7. At this point, we've completely transformed the original harmony while still arriving at the same destination. This is the most dramatic reharmonization so far. It can add a huge amount of surprise and sophistication to our playing. Theory is great, but to really ingrain this new information into our playing, it is very helpful to apply these reharmonizations to a tune. Let's use Autumn Leaves in the key of G minor. The opening progression contains a 2-5-1 in B flat major. First, let's replace F7 with F sharp minor 7. The progression becomes C minor 7, F sharp minor 7, B flat major 7, E flat major 7, A minor 7 flat 5. Already the tune starts sounding more modern and unexpected. Next, let's replace F7 with its tritone substitute B7. Now let's try a contracted 2-5 substitution, a tritone away. C minor 7, F sharp minor 7, B7, B flat major 7, E flat major 7, A minor 7 flat 5. And finally, we can fully replace the original 2-5 with F sharp minor 7, B7. Once the tune has been clearly established, in other words, played for a few choruses, this approach can inject a massive amount of energy and freshness into a performance. So far, we've focused entirely on major key 2-5-1 progressions. But things get even more interesting in minor keys. We're going to look at minor 2/5s, alto dominants, and more in the next video. Until then, happy practicing!